Okay, hello everyone. Bom dia. Bom dia. I wasn't planning on popping in here today, but we had so many difficulties with the last exercise. So I decided to come in here and teach you guys a little bit so you guys can get it done. So we did have a percentage of people that also weren't able to do the belly breathing. They felt like, I saw the videos, a lot of people, actually about more than 50% of the people that are here actually have a breathing dysfunction. Most of you took a breath going upwards like this. That's mostly everyone. Some people took a breath around, but their chest didn't expand, so it was like this. The shoulders were slightly hunched forward and the breath was only through the back. Because if you could see how I'm breathing now, do you see how I let go of my muscles on my chest a lot? Do you see how my back moves? So I can actually put air into my spine. So oftentimes what I do is, if my back vertebrae are tight, I put air into my spine so I can pop my ribs back into place. I know it sounds weird, but I actually do that. The belly breathing is more about relaxing the muscles of the abdomen, okay? So I try to go up from up to down so you guys can see me well. But the core, let me get up so you guys can see my core. I know I'm gonna put my abs right on the camera so you can understand. So the core, we have a lot of different muscles in there, and the diaphragm is right up here. Okay, so it's laid out on these last ribs like this, like a parachute. Okay, but the core muscles, sometimes they can get so tense that they actually no longer expand. So when you try to expand them, you're bracing and it's going up because it has nowhere else to go. So it goes upwards, okay? Now, the reason why it's also easier to do it laying down versus doing it sitting up is because when you're upright, even though you're not working hard, you have postural muscles that are working right now to keep you straight, right? And those postural muscles, they work less when you're in alignment. If you're out of alignment, which most people are right about there, or maybe there, yeah. Okay, then it's harder to breathe actually. But most of us have very tight pectoralis from electronic use, okay? So I'm gonna go through an exercise for the belly breath first so you can understand, okay? And then we can do the breathing through the ribs. First, let me explain the difference a little bit. I think I was very brief on the video, so it's good for me to learn. So thank you for the learning curve. So the difference is, again, the belly breathing will be to release those muscles on your stomach that are expanding, right? That are not used to expanding. Also, the belly breathing, when you inhale, any kind of inhale really, you're supposed to actually, I know it's going to sound weird, but you're going to imagine that you're breathing through your perineum. So when you inhale, you actually should relax it, okay? And then when you exhale, you should tighten it, okay? So that's what happens. A lot of times, the belly breathing will get you to relax the muscles that are in the belly. My belly gets so bad, especially when I train jiu-jitsu, that sometimes I need to put a trigger gun around my belly in order to be able to loosen it up for me to be able to breathe properly. But the belly is more to let it go. Let's go into the belly first, okay? So doing cat and cow will be easier to do any kind of breathing, because as soon as you turn this way and your hands are on the ground, you're actually turning off the postural muscles that have been working hard for you to stay up, okay? And we're going to do the belly breath first, just real quick so you can understand. The difference is right now we're not laying down, we're right side up, so we have to be careful. So we're gonna have to be careful not to put too much strain on our back, okay? So we are going to be here, and when you inhale, you're going to drop the belly and relax the hips and the perineum. So you're going to inhale, drop. Exhale. This is when you start working on the zipper closure, okay? close. Make it super tight. You're going to push off of your knees. You're going to feel your inner thighs kick in. Your inner thighs will kick in the muscles of the perineum. And then you're going to feel the glute as you cave in. Use the push from the ground, from your limbs, to feel the transverse abdominal muscle, which is right here, okay? If you're having a hard time and you're able to do this, you can also exhale and then put your hand in there and try to make it tighter. Push in with your finger and make the muscle tighter as you squeeze your perineum and you squeeze the muscles deep inside, okay? So you're just going to go for 5 breaths. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. Hang the belly, meet the shoulder blades, and then start your exhale. Hold at least for 3 seconds and go back. Inhale, drop the belly. Meet the shoulder blades, open the chest, exhale. Make it tight. 3. 4. Notice that I have to, for those of you that can see my shoulders slightly rotating back and forth, I almost imagine that I'm going to pull a very big person to me so I can open up my shoulder blades here. I get an extra stretch on my back and neck as well. And again, the push will help me to contract the deep core, okay? So 5 times, you can do 3 to 5 sets of 5 breaths. Take your time. Your body will fight against it. But what you have to think about is the more you do it, when you go to sleep, you're going to make the connections so you can go ahead and are able to do it automatically. So you have to practice it every day, because when you learn something new, it's literally, and we're going to talk about this along it, it's a neurological connection, okay, between your body and your brain. Literally, it's an electric signal, okay? When you first learn this signal, the body fights against it. It's not natural. So for you to make it natural, you need to make repetition. You need to make it all the time. You need to think about it. Think about it also helps you learn, okay? So I'm going to talk about one exercise that I will give you guys to open up the chest, because a lot of people had a hard time opening up the chest. So before we practice the other breath, just to really make sure it doesn't come up, okay, I want to make sure that you're able to relax the pecs. So for that, I have 2 things. I have a foam roller. If you don't have a foam roller, you can get a couple of pillows and stack them, right? I have this homemade pillow roller that I use, and this comes from Bolster Yoga, which is like yoga with a big pad. It's super fun. It's all about breathing and letting go with breath, okay? And then I also have a yoga blocking case. Now let's talk about breath and how it releases the body, because a lot of people are like, my body was fighting me, okay? You have to trust your body to do its thing. The more you try to control your body from doing its thing, the less it's gonna wanna do its thing because it's scared. So really, it's about breathing and surrendering. That's why breath, it can be very difficult, and a lot of people don't have patience for it. Okay, so breath and understanding when your body is ready to let go is about surrendering and awareness of where you're working on. Okay, so I'm going to face this way so you can see real quick. Well, I'm gonna try to be sideways. So all I'm going to do right now is breathe, put some air, okay, and stretch it from the inside, because check this out. Your thoracic cavity is like a pressure pan. You can put air in there and you can bounce it around the walls of your ribs, and then you can reset the ribs and open up the space. If you guys are having difficulties doing this in the beginning, you guys can sit down first, put your shoulders down, take those fingers, or take 2 fists or 1 fist at a time. I think it's easier, because or else you're gonna be like this, okay? And start massaging, see, just with my knuckles right here, start massaging your chest muscle. you're not going to kill it for trigger points, okay? You're actually just going to massage it to have it get ready to move. So you're just rushing some blood into there. It doesn't have to be extra, okay? And you guys have to give me a minute. Hold on, because my daughter's entertainment stopped. Excuse me. Okay. Anyways, so you're going to sit down and you're going to start releasing those muscles again with patience. Okay, notice that if you turn your shoulder in or out, it feels a little different. Notice that you actually have tiny muscles that get tight around the clavicle. So if you see your clavicle right here, there are muscles right here, see? Deep in the clavicle. And if you squeeze it, sometimes you can even feel it radiating towards another point. That's how you actually find triggers. When you press a trigger, you know it's a trigger because it radiates somewhere else, the sensation, okay? But you don't want to kill it. You want to go in there, let your body let you in, move the limb around. And if you notice through the chest, you can actually feel after your sternum can also get tight. Ladies, yes, all the way under the boob. Guys, yes, you have to go down there. Even under here, those ribs can get stuck, okay? So if I can let these go, I can even trace it. See, I'm tracing my ribs right now, right? I can trace my rib line, and I can even put some air in there, make it tighter, and massage it. After that feels nice and loose, you're going to feel different, okay? You can go ahead and you can do some reverse plank positions. And what you want to do right now is you want to let go of your chest muscles, but you also want to contract your glute muscles, okay? This is only so you can get that flexibility in there without working hard. If your hands are too hard to put forward, that's fine. You can start them sideways, okay? All I'm looking for is that your shoulders go back and down when you push, okay? Your feet are going to be nice and firm on the ground. You're going to inhale, and notice my, my spine. Inhale, exhale. See how my bum is coming up first and I'm rotating my hip under? Go down, inhale, exhale. You can put your legs a little bit further away. I'm just close because I'm trying to be in the shot, but that's not good. Go up there, rock a little bit, and feel that when you push off the ground, you feel your hands active. You can actually feel all those muscles really pulling a little tighter. Try to open up your chest. Tuck your chin, keep your glutes tight. Do about 3 sets of 8 reps. Once you're done with that, oh, and by the way, if you're extra strong, you can even go forward and you can come back into a push pipe, like a queda de quatro, so you can activate your lats if you don't have any problems on your shoulder. From there, you did this and you're like, okay, now I want to let go, really let go of the chest muscles, and now it should be more comfortable to be in this position. So you're going to get, I have my yoga block in case I need support for my head. In the beginning, usually I do, especially if I train jiu-jitsu the day before, just because my chest can get pretty tight, okay? Trying to find a good position so you guys can see me. Thank you for being supportive of my learning curve, by the way. All right, so you're going to go down, and when you lay down, here, sideways is better. When you lay down, you can be right under your shoulder blades, okay? And you want to drip down, keeping your butt down, drip down and go back. But like I said, here, especially people who have a lot of neck tension, you won't be able to do this. So then comes the yoga block to support your head, right? And then you want to hold your hands out to the side. So there are a couple of different positions. You can hold it like a football goal. And again, you just want to be here. You just want to breathe. And in the beginning, it's going to be hard. But then it will get easier. Try to put maybe 2 minutes or until you feel uncomfortable. Then if you feel more comfortable, you can take this out from under your head, okay? And you can start looking for different positions on your back to go down. But you want to do it slowly and with attention to what your core is doing. And here's my football goal, right? Especially if you're one of the postpartum ladies, when you get up from here, please don't get straight up, okay? Ladies, in the beginning, everything needs to be to the side and then up, okay? Everyone should really be doing that. You want to protect, but the postpartum women, we want to protect the diastasis, okay? So being here, I can stretch. Again, I'm looking for the upper chest and back, especially, like I said, the postpartum ladies will have a very, very tight chest. This might be too intense. Again, you can put the thing over your head. Then if you feel like it, maybe extend the arms out. And breathe and stay. When you feel like your body is more open, you will feel as soon as you come up that your shoulders have dropped, and that's going to be amazing. So now we're going to talk about the other breath real quick. And before bringing you guys up to use the band that I suggested, I'm actually going to bring you back down to cat and cow, and we're going to change the breath. So before, our inhales were in the drop, our exhales were in the tuck. But now, because we want to learn how to open up these guys, and a lot of them, they get frozen, we're actually going to put our inhale in the tuck, and then we're going to put our exhale into a beast plank, okay? So we're going to float a little bit, push off the ground, so we know that we're really pressing those muscles in as deep as they can get contracted. So again, you're going to be here. Let me see if I can get a better position. So I almost feel like, oh, I just dropped my coffee. That's not good. Okay, maybe this is better. I think so. Let's see. Anyways, so you're going to be here. You're going to get into the same position, okay? And again, it's because we're working on awareness. Whenever you get into these positions, remember how many sensors you have. A lot of sensors in your hands and on your feet, so make sure that they're planted. So when you have to push, you're in the correct place. So you can get better as you go along. Again, awareness is about exploring and trying it out again and making it different, tweaking until you find the sweet spot. That, again, it's only yours because the body is only yours. So you're going to put your hands here, open up your fingers, bring awareness. Remember, you do have rotation. You see, it's not my arms. You have rotation of the shoulder blades, okay? So you can play with that too. Okay, I'm going to keep my toes on the floor because I'm going to do the plank afterwards. Oh, there's that spot right there, okay? So, I am going to now inhale into the tuck, and I'm going to imagine putting so much air into my back ribs, into my side ribs. So much air. And when I can't get air in anymore, I'm going to put a couple more tablespoons of air in there. And then I'm going to hold it, and I'm going to bounce the air around a little bit, okay? Let me show you what that looks like. So, I'm going to inhale into cat. So, it's not going to be a straight push. You're going to imagine that you're starting to hug a really big person. So your arms are actually doing this. As you're curling, if you can look, as you're curling your back forward, you can put a lot of air in the back, but it needs to curl, right? If you go straight up, you won't be able to move. The back ribs, they're flexible. Your ribs, they don't open and close. They actually slightly rotate open and slightly rotate closed. So again, let's do 5 breaths together, okay? Just so you can get the hang of it. Starting breath number 1. Inhale. Inhale more. Inhale more. Hold tight and imagine flaring your ribs with the air and bouncing it around. For now, let's just work on the inhale. 2. Open Open up the shoulder blades. 3. Let me show you from the front, 4 and 5, so you can see what my arms are doing. 4. It feels really good between the shoulder blades, by the way. And 5. Again, you have to be worried about your back, your perineal. It's going to go from a little bit tight to tighter because this is different. This kind of breath we'd be using if we are bearing weight. Again, we talked about belly breathing means relaxing the muscles. Diaphragmatic breathing is what we need to do when we're bearing weight. We can't breathe through the belly because we will relax our posture. So instead, we need to breathe through the ribs so we can keep pressurizing the core during weight bearing, okay? Which is what mamas need when they're carrying the babies, which is what men need when they're doing everyday things to carry anything at work, groceries, or whatever. So let's go to the exhale now. So the exhale is going to be a beast plank, right? So again, I had my knees. Let's be a little bit more attentive to the position. My knee is straight under my belly button, right under my navel, okay? Most people who want to go far back, make sure your knees under your navel and your hand is right under your shoulder. Cool? So you can slightly rotate them. I like to keep them straight to the front. Again, your toes are in. You're going to inhale. When you exhale, you're going to exhale into, look, rotating your shoulders back and going into plank. So let's just do the exhale for 5 times. So inhale, exhale. See that plank? It's barely floating. And here, my quads are gonna burn, my lats are gonna burn, but it's also a really good spot to tighten your perineal. And relax. Again, 2. And then while you're up here, you can practice breathing if you want through tension, keeping things tight, breathing through those ribs. And down. 3. And down. 4. And down. And 5. And down. Now we're going to put the breath together, cool? So we're going to inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Take at least 2 breaths here, or 1. Inhale. Exhale. 1 breath. Inhale. Exhale. 1 breath under tension. Inhale. Exhale. 1 breath under tension. Cool? I don't think that was 5, but I think that was 4. But let's go to the next one. I'm going to give you a couple of modalities because some people, I don't think, will be able to bear that much weight on their arms. So I'm giving you a couple of different styles, and you can let me know which one worked for you, cool? So, I'm going to show you 2 more things to do. And then you're good. So let's, before we put the band, let's go down against the floor. This is good for the postpartum ladies. This is good for everyone, really. We're just going to do a couple of different breaths. We are going to say that people can't bear weight on their arms and they have a hard time doing the beast plank. So we're going to really turn off the postural muscles by being down again, okay? This is gonna try to happen. We're going to keep it away by putting some contractions. So you're going to go down on the floor. This is also good for instant back pain resolve, by the way. If you're feeling your back, you drop down and you do these, you will feel magical. If you're strong, you can do both legs at the same time. If you're starting, especially postpartum ladies, you want to do one leg at a time, okay? So you're going to, you learn how to contract, right? You're going to breathe in. Your back can come off the floor. Your perineal is relaxed, but your feet, they're grounded, okay? You're going to breathe out and you're going to look for a proper contraction, which is the zipper. Put your hand on your belly to feel if it's contracting. That helps a lot. For me, usually I put a hand down here and one up here so I can understand that my ribs is closing. From there, you're going to lift one leg. You're going to take this hand, pack your lap, push it down, lift slightly, and breathe under tension. Knee against your hand, hand against your knee. 4, 5 to 10 seconds. Then you're going to come down, other side. Push, 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 push. And this hand, you can reach down to keep posturing your shoulders off the floor. And then this is going to help you to feel your transverse abdominal muscles and to understand that by pushing the foot that's on the ground, you can actually squeeze your perineal better. But then you also have to understand that when you're down, your inhale needs to relax everything. It's important you're relaxing and pushing, relaxing those muscles down there for the inhale, okay? So you can do 5 to 10 here, 5 to 10 here, and again, it's breathing under tension, so we're breathing through the ribs. 5 to 10 here. If you have neck problems, just tuck your chin slightly and keep your back flat. The point is the navel can't leave the mat. The navel can't leave the mat. Cool? So let's do just 3 of them. They're pretty tough, okay? If you can, hold high numbers like 20s, 10s, 20s, it'd be awesome. But for now, we're just going to do 5 so you can see. Inhale, exhale, push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down. Because I'm strong, I'm going to do both now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Have to push off the foot that's on the floor. It's important for tightening the perineal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So do these, same thing, about 5 times, 3 to 5 sets. Okay, now, our last exercise. Let's go back into this guy. I told you guys to put your thumb in. A lot of people had a problem with that, okay? I said it was going to be the last, but maybe I'll give you just one more, okay? So, if you notice, right now I have this side of my ribs contracted, right? Because I put my hand down. Let me put a block so I'm not lopsided, okay? I can actually put air in quadrants. This is just something for you to think about, in quadrants, right? So I can go contract and release. I know it's funny, but I'm opening up this side and I'm relaxing this side. So I can do the other side. I don't have to put my hand there, by the way. I can just keep it here. Cool? You can do that a couple of times if you really need extra release. And then from there, we're going to go to the band. Last exercise ever, I promised. You're going to get this band and or any other flexible material. Frankly, I've used leggings, rash guards, it doesn't really matter. And you're going to tie it right here around the rib area. You can do this laying down first if it's difficult to sit down. Laying down is level 1, sitting down is level 2, standing up is level 3. Or you can do it in cat and cow, which will turn off the postural muscles. So you can tie this here to feel this breath that we did earlier. Okay, but for now we're just going to work on it sitting. Sit however you want. Make sure it's a comfortable sitting position. If you need to, put some yoga blocks under your knees or under your bum, wherever it feels comfortable. But this is the way the breath is going to go. I'm going to put this under my bum because my hips are tight. I went to jiu-jitsu yesterday and it wasn't, you know, the day after is never fun. All right, so from here, I'm going to keep my shoulders down. Let my elbows drop, okay? The way you're going to do is when you inhale, you're going to feel the utmost pride. Imagine being the most proud and confident person in the room. And imagine that your inhale is like a bath of sunlight. It feels good. You want your body to do that expansion. Your body needs to open up that way, right? So you're going to go and just exhale and release. For now, you know? Always practice one and the other, then put them together. It'll probably be easier. Inhale. Sunlight, like a wonderful warm bath. Exhale. Again, inhale. I'm going to show a little closer so you can see the ribs just for a second. So this is the exhale. Again, the exhale standing is a little harder, and we're gonna go through the days because there is some hip and feet engagement that needs to happen. But for now, you can just do it in a sitting position or laying down. And all you need to do is worry about that contraction. It's going to feel like the contraction of pushing your knees that we just did, right? But sitting is a little tougher to do. So we're just going to do 5 breaths there so we can finish it. So I'm going to put these here because I'm going to use the push of my knees, or you can use a broomstick or anything that you can hold, and it might help you keep your lats packed. Actually, I just thought of that. So let's see. 1 second. I'm going to take a broomstick or a biriba. If you have a biriba, it'll be fine. So I actually use my broomstick all the time for breathing, for stretching, for so many things. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to use this as a cue to keep my lats packed, okay? So I am going to hold the stick, I'm going to take my shoulders back and down, and I'm going to imagine that I'm always trying to kind of break it slightly. I'm not going to put too much tension in it on the inhale, but on the exhale, I want to imagine that I will break it. Something else that you can do is put a material under your perineal, like a ball, maybe a tennis ball. In my case, I'm going to fold the material, not like right in the middle, but something soft that won't hurt you, just so you can feel. I know it's weird, people, I know it's weird, but I promise you it helps, just so you can feel if the muscles down there are doing what they're supposed to. So it could be something spread wide. We have trigger points down there too, ladies. I mean, usually if you put the ball like on the side, nothing on any holes, on the side, there might be trigger points around the pelvic area too that you can get. So again, inhale, feel yourself relax. Exhale, push, 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 push. And you see I'm turning my pelvis forward, so I can really contract. So let me show you one more for the side. Okay, oh, there we go. Inhale. Shoulder blades are going down towards the back pocket. Exhale. Your glute muscles will contract almost like they're pushing you off the ground. When you do this turn, you actually have to contract the glute muscles. Cool? Again, about 5 breaths, 3 to 5 sets. Cool? I really hope this helped you out. I thank you guys so much for participating and for helping me with my learning curve of how to get information out there. I know a lot, and I know that I know stuff that works because it has worked on me and my clients. But information towards the masses is different. So I appreciate your patience and your attention. I had one more exercise because I just saw the kettlebell back there. So, I might leave that one for our class. Yep, that one is going to be left for our class. On day 7, we're going to have a live class. All right, thank you so much, everyone. Have an awesome day. Many blessings, so much light, and thank you for being part of my journey. Peace out, people. Love you guys.